All right, major security breach in Parliament. Two people jumped from the visitors' gallery onto the floor of the Lok Sabha. They had smoke canisters in their shoes, which went off on the floor of the Lok Sabha. Some brave MPs confronted them and then brought them in control. One of those MPs is now joining us. Mr. Arvind Sawant is Shiv Sena MP from the UBT faction. Mr. Sawant, please describe for our viewers what exactly happened. What did you see in front of you? And, you know, you had the presence of mind to go and run to this one person and try and confront him. Yes.
I think Shashi Tharoor was demanding something of his constituency regarding railways services.
Yeah.
Suddenly I was sitting beside Dr. Ashwini ji, was the railway minister too and the communication minister too. And beside him was Dr. Mansukh Mandviya was there.
Okay.
And as I was looking at them, I was looking, my sight was towards the gallery only. And I could see the visitors, one young lad tried to jump down, hang himself for a moment to the bar over there, and then jumped. After jumping, he started jumping from one bench to another because during the Juravas, the presence in the house is little bit less than the regular one.
Okay.
So naturally, it was vacant. He was dancing like, he was jumping from one bench to another bench. So as it has noticed by so many, then they jump. All MPs who were there from all sides ran to catch him. And then he was again trying to, while doing so, he came into the passage later on. Once he came in the passage, he removed his shoes and hold it in the hand. And by that time, he was caught by all MPs were there and he was, you can say. But during that moment, something must be there with him.
Yeah.
He's ignited the fiery, that gas. And that yellow gas emanated from his, I think it must have emanated from his, something must have been there in his shoes. That is the reason he has removed the shoes.
Yeah.
And that gas emanated from his shoes. And then naturally, those MPs who caught him, that gas has gone into their face directly first. And they little bit moved away, but by that time he too was held properly and given to the police, the security guard over there.
So you've been a member of parliament for a number of years now.
5 minutes, all those things
have you seen something like this? Would you consider this as a major security breach?
On the very day in 2001, the parliament was attacked by the terrorists.
Yeah.
And on the very same day, these guys, but they could not dare to come into the house. The soldiers, the staff who were there, securities fought with the terrorists and saved the parliament. Today it is the other way. They entered into the house. And see, had the gas been a poisonous one, what would have happened? So there is a serious lapse on the part of security. There is a serious lapse on the part of functioning of the Home Department itself.
So the Speaker has said that all visitor passes, and I believe this was a visitor pass issued by one of the MPs from Mysore, I believe the MP from Mysore, Mr. Simha's office issued this pass. But do you believe that the Speaker now suspending all visitor passes until a thorough security? All right, we'll try and go back to Mr. Arvind Sawant in just a second. So the first action that's been taken now is the Speaker has decided to suspend all visitor passes that MPs' offices can issue until a thorough review is undertaken. There you see, that was the visitor pass that this man, Sagar Sharma, was carrying. There were two of them. One has been identified as Sagar Sharma. The other has been identified as Manoranjan. Both of them apparently residents of Mysore, and they happen to be unemployed youth. I believe one of them at least is an engineer by qualification, and they were protesting price rise and unemployment, and this they felt was the only way to get the attention of the powers that be. But like I said, this coming on the day of the Parliament attack anniversary, 13th of December 2001, when Parliament was attacked. Today is the 22nd anniversary of that attack, and Arvind Sawant is now back on the line with us. Do you consider this as a major security breach? Now, in response, the Speaker's office has said that all MPs' offices issuing visitor passes has been suspended for the time being. Do you think that's the way to go? Mr. Sawant, I was trying to ask you.
Hello.
The Speaker's office has now said in response.
You are asking me?
Yeah. In response to today's attack, that all visitor passes will be suspended. Do you believe that that's the right way to go?
That's escapism. It's a lapse on the security as well. And that's a pure escapism. I mean, understand the situation. I said just now that on the very day in 2001, there was an attack on our parliament, but it was a terrorist attack.
And they were doing this to protest against price rise and unemployment. What do you have to say about that?
Both of them, somebody else has said some. What is the other name? Banerjee.
Manoranjan is one name. The other name
I
is
was
Sagar.
not having the idea of their names. They are engineering graduates. Look at it. What were they protesting?
I believe they were
Because they
upset
don't
about
give any slow-
price rise and unemployment.
That's a serious issue. That's a very serious issue. Because what is this? The ruling party creates illusions and always talks about the religious things and all the other things. But they don't talk about the major issues like unemployment, the molestation of women is every day assaulted. Every day assaulted in this country. And when you look at Manipur, you forget that. The farmers are taking suicide. The escalation is there has reached to the sky. The gas cylinders and other prices are so high. So, what can I understand? But you are an engineer. How can you do like this? I mean, it's really a terrific frustration because of late the government is, privatizing every field where there the opportunities for employment were there. Whether it is railways, whether it is post, whether it is bank, whether it is elections, whether all those things are
Okay.
no recruitment for a long time. But then it's shocking. I mean, it's really shocking. Lucky if at all they are Indians and they were not leading to any terrorist activities, it's a God's feeling, I can say, but then it is serious.
What would you expect, Mr. Sawant, the government to do in terms of amping up the security infrastructure in Parliament, the security procedures, and also the security infrastructure in Parliament?
Security procedure, I don't think. I mean, immediately I will not come to a conclusion.
Okay.
Security procedure, right? But there are certain things which we cannot imagine. One cannot think that somebody will bring a powder form, something gases in a powder form, gases in a powder form, and can ignite in the house itself. So rather, these things are to be taken into consideration now. We have to consider very, very, very serious things have to be considered now.
All right.
Not just ignore and otherwise, let the member of parliament take the responsibility and say that these two guys I know and I have brought them. And if anything wrong happens, let the owners be there with the member of parliament.
Okay.
Signature.
All right. Mr. Arvind Sawant, thank you very much for joining us, and hope you're safe and your colleagues are safe. Thank you very much for speaking with us here on News18. We'll take a